You keep telling yourself that nothing is moving, but deep down something is shifting, just not in the way you expected. And because you can't see it clearly, the silence starts to feel like rejection. The delay begins to feel like denial. Slowly, without noticing, your heart starts to believe a lie, that you are stuck. Not because life has truly stopped, but because progress no longer looks familiar. You pray, but the answers don't arrive in the shape you expected. You try to move forward, yet every direction feels uncertain. Even in crowded spaces, there's a quiet loneliness you can't explain, and even your faith can feel distant, like your words rise, but never quite land. In that space, questions begin to form about your purpose, your path, even your worth. But what if the feeling of being stuck is not truth, just interpretation? There may be something deeper happening beneath what you can see. 1. Growth is happening beyond visible results. Not all growth announces itself. Some of it happens in silence, where nothing around you changes, but everything within you is being reshaped. You may not see open doors or clear breakthroughs, but you notice something quieter. You're still standing, still trying, still holding on even when giving up would feel easier. That is growth. James 1:4 reminds you, "Let perseverance finish its work, so that you may be mature and complete, not lacking anything." This kind of development doesn't feel like success. It feels like waiting. It feels like delay. But what if the delay is not punishment, but protection? What if you're not being held back, you're being strengthened in places you cannot yet see? 2. The mind is trying to solve what faith is meant to carry. When clarity doesn't come quickly, the mind begins to take over. You replay moments, you question decisions, you search for what you did wrong. And the more you think, the heavier everything becomes. Overthinking creates motion without direction. It makes stillness feel like failure, even when nothing is actually broken. Isaiah 55:8 gently reminds you, "My thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways." There is a gap between your understanding and God's perspective, and that gap can feel uncomfortable. But maybe that discomfort is not confusion. Maybe it is an invitation to trust beyond what you can analyze. Not everything is meant to be figured out. Some things are meant to be carried with quiet faith until they unfold on their own. 3. God may be healing what you haven't noticed yet. There are wounds that don't always look like pain on the surface. Disappointment, delayed answers, broken expectations. They settle quietly inside you. And if life moved too fast, those hidden wounds would travel with you into the next season. So sometimes, what feels like pause is actually protection. Jeremiah 30:17 says, "I will restore you to health and heal your wounds," declares the Lord. Healing is not always soft or obvious. Sometimes it feels like stillness. Sometimes it feels like isolation. Sometimes it feels like nothing is happening at all. But beneath that silence, restoration is taking place. So maybe you are not stuck. Maybe you are being reshaped in ways that cannot be measured yet. And one day, when things finally begin to make sense, you won't see this season as emptiness anymore. You will see it as the place where everything quietly began to change.